that's the hardest thing is, man, when people is dealing with motives, because people assume your motives, which I try to tell people not to do, because you really don't know, right? You really don't know, and I didn't learn that until I really got, you know, more on the side of what I'm on right now, and getting to know people and just hearing their heart, you know, behind stuff. But just don't assume people's motives because of a move that they've made, you know what I mean? Because you really just never know. And I think people get upset and emotional when they start believing they know why I did something, right? Like, I know why he did that. I know why he didn't blast Kanye in that interview. He wants to be accepted by them. And I'm like, no, that's not why. But you've assumed my motives. But a lot of it, man, has just been, you know, the media loves sensationalism, and I just try not to give them an opportunity to sensationalize anything I say. They also love to pigeonhole Christians and put us back in, I don't know, man, the early 90s, late 80s, when Christianity was really like all about pointing out the wrong things in culture. I'm not gonna name any names, but you know, just it was real, you know, you know, from a political standpoint, it was just all like, hey, this is what Christianity does, and we smash CDs and steamroll them, and we're against this, and we're against that, and really not seeing it as grace-based and grace-oriented. And so, man, I just don't want to contribute to the sensationalism that people assume we are as Christians. And I have personal relationships with a lot of these dudes, you know, off the mic, off the camera, and you know, I'm in here to be light, man, and you're not gonna see it in an interview. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, not saying you're not gonna see me be light in an interview, but you're not gonna see the full gamut of what my ministry looks like from an interview. So you'll be disappointed, fans, if you're looking at interviews waiting to see Lecrae be substitutionary penal atonement. Let me tell you that the wrath of God abides on you. Romans 1:18 says this. You'll be very disappointed if you're waiting to see that come in an interview. I'm just going to tell you now. And you're going to be disappointed when you watch this interview. You're going to say, see, you're selling out. And I mean, at the end of the day, man, tell Jesus when we get to heaven, man. Tell him, man. I will say this, man. I've gotten to share my faith consistently. I've gotten to walk with dudes through some crazy stuff. And man, I've just, you know, been behind the scenes on a lot of stuff, specifically like Kanye's stuff, and just knowing people behind the scenes and knowing what's going on. I know stuff that the average person won't know, and so for me to make certain statements would be, it would be contradictory. It's almost like you trying to witness to your cousin, and you building with him, and you walking with him through his pains, and he's addicted to drugs, and then somebody, and your cousin, in the process of him being addicted to drugs, makes a song about how he's high all the time, but you know he's really struggling and he's got a lot of issues, and somebody asks you, what do you think about the song High all the time? Like, I'm working with him, so for me to sit there and be like, that was stupid, that was a dumb song, and he, you know, now it's a volatile situation. Now it's like when I'm sitting down talking with him, he's like, man, were you dissing me? Which I've had guys do. So man, were you dissing me? And it's not that deep. I'd rather just deal with him on a one-on-one and not have to worry about the interviews